Hi Soul Tribe, welcome to my channel African Gypsy. My name is Sunshine and I'm doing a reading for Virgo for the month of May from the 14th to the 31st. Let's see what energies are coming up for my dear Virgos. Holy Spirit, Holy Angel, Holy Guides, please could have, that's too fast. Clear, concise messages please for Virgo. What does Virgo need to know? May 14th to the 31st. Oh. Happiness just rolled in, the sun just came. Cover me with sunshine. Yeah, sunshine's just come in for the Virgos. I've also got some Virgo in me, so I'm really happy to hear that. And it looks like there's a lot of happiness, success, the freedom to enjoy the fruits of your labor, and a huge emphasis on community, being well received with community, doing things for the greater good of community, being respected by the community as well. And a wish fulfillment. Wow, Virgo, something just happened for us. Things have just turned around for us. Happiness, wish fulfillment. Here we are holding a private toast like, yeah, here's to finishing all those lessons. Here is finishing up karmic cycles, and here's learning our lessons and moving forward with spirit. So this is really beautiful energy. Crossing your path is that a lot of you may be moving to calmer waters, or you have just moved to calmer waters. This may be an energy that's still very much within the sphere of your life. So you move into calmer waters, away from drama, away from stress and all of that. And yes, there might be a few feelings of disappointment and stuff like that, but you've moved forward and your wish fulfillment has come through, and you're showing up in your own energy, being very strong, and getting or even giving very good solid financial advice. Someone's coming to tell you about what things you could do to make your work much better for you, and it will be in your best interest to follow this advice. This advice is like solid stuff. It comes from spirit. You need to really lean in on that. In the past, you received an offer, and this offer was bigger than the other offers you've ever gotten. And with this offer, you took time to reflect and think, okay, which way do I want to move forward? Naturally, Virgo does stand and analyze and look at everything, try and rationalize everything. Maybe we might have taken a bit too long in the valley considering the options and saying, oh, I got all these other options. And Spirit's like, look, this is coming from the wings of heaven. You can take this offer, it's solid. And this is a good thing. And Spirit is saying that any problems that you may have encountered actually turned out to not be as serious as they first looked. You were more decisive, possibly decisive about moving to calmer waters, more decisive, moving forward in strength and in confidence. And you decided to go in new directions, form new relations, and right now there may be some conflict that's at hand. We'll clarify that. It could even be internal conflict. Well, with Virgos, even if something is going your way, even if you're happy, you're still like, am I really happy? Do I deserve to be happy? What if this happens? What if that happens? You still have a lot on your mind. I'll clarify that one for us. Oh, in the future, we're showing up even more in our power, from a knight to a queen, being on top of your hustle, on top of your game, being very financially stable, financially able to do things. That's really good news for Virgos, hey? And this is also being seen as being very charming. A lot of people are attracted to your energy, and they feel that you're very generous with your time, your energy, your efforts, and they always feel that you go a little more than what is required, over and above the call of duty. That's a typical Virgo thing. Virgos are the servers of the zodiac, so it's quite natural for Virgos to want to serve and carry on serving, Someone's got to do it, I suppose. And you're all about action. So you're taking action to stop any of this conflict. That may be conflict within yourself, taking action. Some of you may be going back to school, further in your studies. Some of you are registering your businesses, doing things in a more formal way. And that's very strong energy coming in for you. There's a gem and an idea that you've got, Virgo. Spirit has whispered something in your ear or in your sleep, and you just feel that if I do this thing, things will work out for me. You're on the right track. It's a gem of an idea. Go forward with it. You might need to do a bit of research, a bit of studying. And yes, Virgo, it does so naturally with studying and all of that, tooting our own horn. Da, 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 da. Okay, I got goofy guides in the house today, Virgo. And environmental factors that will help you or hinder you. issues to do with an improvement in your circumstances. It looks like the offer that came in for you is really going to improve your circumstances in really, really good ways. And I feel that there's going to be a lot of progress, a lot of respect, important written information coming in for you as well. A strong emphasis on partnership, things working very well for Virgo. Wow. Here's Virgo again in her energy. So we're very much in that Virgo energy, being financially independent, financially stable for many Virgos, especially if you listen to this advice that I spoke of earlier on. This advice is going to lead you to profitability to that. Some of you are wanting to be single and independent. Some of you are wanting to be financially independent. And you're going to be looking at a lot of expansion. Virgo is thinking, you know what? I need to expand. I need to expand my target market, the way I communicate. I need to expand my skills. I need to look at the whole database of all my skills and abilities and bring them all together and go over and above the call of duty as usual, so that I can have this freedom. So a lot of financial freedom is coming for the Virgos, which is beautiful energy for Virgo. And some large-scale negotiations. So don't be afraid of the big numbers. You know, someone comes to some proposal and say, you know what, Virgo, I would like you to handle this thing. This is what we're thinking about. What figures are you looking at? And you're like, ooh, no, name your price, expand, and take into account the advice you've been getting, and of course the research that you've gotten to do. Perhaps you're researching a matter that you're conflicted about. Okay, I want to come across in this way, but I also want to take care of this side of things. How do I merge the two together without seeming to be superficial? I'm hearing the word coy as well. Victory, 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 Virgo. So victory is coming in. Virgos, I know, are so used to always looking at everything. What if that happens? That sounds of dreams come true, success, happiness, victory, all of these. It sounded like, Sunshine, are you sure this is a Virgo reading? Or do you have these signs mixed up? No, this is definitely Virgo. So I want to clarify a bit. I want to find out what this conflict is about real quick. Okay, let me get the big girls out. What is this conflict about? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, Holy Guides, what is Virgo conflicted about? That's the usual thing, sleepless nights, even... Okay, so you're conflicted a lot. Some of you are conflicted about travel. Some people are supposed to be traveling overseas or over a large body of water, perhaps on holiday or for work, and you're a bit conflicted about it and thinking, am I really moving to calmer waters? I suppose Virgo has been in the valley. We talk about the long night of the soul. Virgo has been in the valley, in the long night of the soul for a very, very long time. It's been different amounts for different people, depending on where you are in your journey. And after being in a very difficult or very dark place for a very long time, it's easy to get caught up in that survival mode that when you are free, you're like, oh my gosh, I need to be quiet. You're like, wait a minute. I can relax. I'm not in that zone anymore. I can be my authentic self. So it takes a lot of willpower to connect with the present and realize how universe and spirit has shifted things for you to get into this calmer water that I spoke of earlier on. See, she's taking her experiences with her. So I suppose the experiences at 5, that Virgo went through, a lot of you are still thinking about the conflicts that you went through because you've carried the lessons with you. You've carried all these swords with you, and you're still, I suppose it's like trauma. Lately, Spirit has been telling me about PTSD, like post-traumatic stress disorder. I say this all due respect. Like now, before you'd hear that and you're like, oh yes, soldiers, yes. Trauma, yes, and oh yes, that was terrible. Desert storm, whatever, that was terrible stuff. And we forget that we also go through trauma. When you go through a divorce, you lose a job, you move, things happen unexpectedly. You encounter a death or sickness or something that you felt was threatening your life or your peace or your freedom in some way, and so it's trauma, and you're still in that place of like, oh my gosh, that dragon almost slew me. Thank God I slew that dragon just in time by just standing in the valley in your mind thinking, oh my gosh, that was such a big dragon, and that could have totally taken me out. And that whole trauma of insecurity. Yeah, that's how Spirit is saying I should put it across. So I feel a lot of you are still very guarded, and you're thinking about the long-term future, and you're trying to guard the future, I'm being told to say. And also a lot of you have felt that some people had failed to live up to your expectations. Some people let you down and they cast a huge doubt on your abilities. Like someone just pulls the rug out from under your feet and makes you seem like you're sloppy, like you don't know what you're doing. And Virgo doesn't like that. We all know that, right? And so some of you are still very conflicted about all of that and still thinking a lot of that. We've got number 9s coming in. So some of you are just wrapping up the tail end of the past cycle you're in so you can move into calmer waters. And Spirit has definitely opened a doorway for you, a portal for you to go through. That's why all this victory and success has come through. Victory, success, the Sun, the Ace of Swords. Virgo, this is you. No, true story. The wish fulfillment, another ace coming through. There are 2 aces, like many new beginnings. Could be a beginning of a new business, a new enterprise, victory of all sorts, wish fulfillment, marriage for some of you as well. Financial independence. I've got 999 coming in. So this is like number 9 is just before 10. That's like things being apparent in the 3D, becoming real, being seen by everyone else. You know, it was in your mind, it was in your heart, it was in your imagination, in your spirit, and now you've painted it, and it was like, whoa, now that is some painting. I really like that. No, it's in the 3D. You can apply this wherever it fits in your life. Right. I want to also find out more about... Okay, that was the conflict. We conflicted about moving forward after the trauma and the stress and all of that kind of thing. So let me find out more about what's coming towards Virgo in the future here, more about her independence. I see a lot of financial independence or just being independent. Some of you are single and independent, and you're definitely not foggy anymore. You're not all up in your head thinking, oh my gosh, how do I get out of this? You see clear, like you see vision 2020. Hindsight is also 2020. There's a lot of clarity. The hand of universe, the divine God universe, your ancestors and your angels have shared the light and made things very clear to you about which way you need to move forward. A lot of you are conflicted, like, okay, I'm in a new kind of a season. How do I move forward? Here's the conflict. A lot of you being very conflicted. I also feel that someone has got a crush on you, Virgo. Someone's watching you. Someone's daydreaming about you and thinking, oh my gosh, this Virgo. And they're like, don't you know Virgo is usually the spinster of the zodiac? Whoa, Virgo, we've just got real vocal up in here. It's like your spirit guides are popping out with the messages. Shout out to all my Virgos. Shout out to Lee, Susan, Glappy, DJ Marks. Oh, the beautiful Virgos out there. Wow. Something just rolled in your favor, Virgo. The Wheel of Fortune has come in with a tower, but I feel that with this tower, this is a tower that you have planned as you move to calmer waters, dismantling certain processes. This came up for the Aries reading I did as well. So some of you may be dealing with Aries as well. So shocking news, shocking revelations. It may even be a shock to you that fortunes have turned your way. Because remember, we've spoken about the trauma that you're out of the valley of dragons, but in your mind, you're still like getting stuck in there. Now, it's shocking to you that the wheel of fortune has turned your way, that things have actually changed. You know, like when you manifest a life and then you start walking into it, you're like, oh my gosh, is this really it? Is this it? I wished for this. Oh my gosh, it's here. You know, you got all that excitement and shock coming up. I like to use the school example, like, oh, sorry guys, just rearranging on myself as well here. So back at school, you'd be wishing that you'd get a prize or you'd be called in an assembly, like we call it here in the Southern Hemisphere, called up in an assembly, like, oh, you're going to be a prefect or you want this award. And then your name is called up, Sunshine. And you're like, you know you're the only sunshine there, and you know they're talking about you, but you still want to be caught in that. I wish this moment comes just a second longer because it has become so comfortable. And then you stand up, you get your award, and you're happy and all of that. Virgo, I'm loving the energy I'm picking up with you. It's really powerful, very bubbly. You're stepping into your power. You're taking back the power. You've been given the sword of victory. You know, you're taking back the power on so many aspects of your life, Virgo. And yes, it was dark. Yes, it was quite a handful. But you've managed to move forward past all of that. All right, so I'm going to find out a bit more what this tower moment is. What is this tower moment for Virgo? It could have been someone rushing in with the truth. Like, hey, Virgo, they're saying you've made it. you've made it, you've done this, or you've managed to conquer this, whatever, and it comes as a shock for you. And I also feel for just a few of you, you're trying to recoil, trying to gather yourself after some very sharp communication, where you're dealing with someone who's very, very blunt in their communication. They're not mindful of who they're speaking to and how they're speaking to. They generally don't have any respect for anyone outside of themselves. And yes, it could very well be another Virgo you're dealing with as well for a few of you. And for some of you, I feel that, yes, it's definitely going to be a shock for you and for many people that you've gotten into your wealthy place. Like Spirit is putting you in a better place. And wealth is not only money, it's good health, it's abundance of support, of friends, of favor, abundance of spirit guides, abundance of advice, of guidance, abundance of favor basically in your life. And you're being very guarded. So some people are quite shocked that you're very guarded, even though you've got so many options. I feel for some Virgos, you've got so many options, even options in love, options of where you can go forward in business, and also options in love. And this is really shocking quite a number of people. And here again, standing in your power, being very strong, having conquered some ego-based situation and come out very victorious. And now you're taking care of your paperwork and you're getting the help of a lot of younger people running around saying, hey, listen, Virgo, I can get this registered for you. I've got this app going on, Virgo. You need to work with me on this angle here. And it's kind of like shocking you. And you're taking a leap of faith, doing something you've never done before. Maybe you've always presented yourself as being very cool, calm, collected, cool as a cucumber. Then you decided, hey, wait, I can go wilding. I can totally go wilding. I can so rock that saint and the sinner all at the same time, all being a Virgo. And I know it's shocking for a lot of Virgos because Virgos are usually the calm, demure, organized, quiet. Well, some of them. We can't just have a blanket statement across every Virgo. I know some really funky entertainers who are Virgos as well. I believe Beyonce should also be a Virgo, right? Yeah, there we go. So Virgo, yes, you're definitely very shocked about the way you've moved to calmer waters. And look at this, 2 tens have come in. Something is over. Some cycles are done for new cycles to come in. There's no way we can keep prolonging something that's done. The worst is over. You've won the battle. You've won the war. This was the battle, winning the battle, and you're winning the war. The worst is over. The future can be faced with a lot more hope and confidence. Let's find out a bit more about your victory. What advice? Oh, okay, let's get some oracle messages for Virgo. Okay, what advice do we have from Spirit for Virgo? What does Virgo need to know? Whoa, quite a bit. You need to continue to go towards the things that give you the greatest amount of peace of mind and continue to pray. That's why all these good things have happened for you, Virgo. You're praying and you have positive expectations even as you pray, as you manifest. You know by now that I use the word prayer loosely. Whatever positive spiritual practices that you got going on for you, carry on with that and continue to be optimistic about the things you've prayed about. Continue to be optimistic about the future and proceed with faith and gratitude, knowing that your prayers have been answered already. Creativity, yeah, I was just talking about going wild, but no, like wilding. Spirit is saying be more creative with your work, with your approach to life, creative with solutions, getting creative solutions for situations, boardroom or playroom or the studio or wherever you may be, Virgo. Continue to be creative, because that's the only way you can have a healthy outlet for all these emotions you've gone through and what you went through, because Virgos are peace lovers. So if anything disturbs their peace, it kind of like really gets to them, but they bounce back. We bounce back. We bounce back. Make music. Whoa, Spirit is on fire today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Make music. Some of you all are artists, so you need to lay down a few bars. Maybe run with that we bounce back kind of theme. No, we bounce back and whatever. Run with it, whatever genre you're doing. If you're not an artist, surround yourself with music. Be playing music in the house, in the car, like party music, upbeat music. Just dance and get your happiness back, your joy back. Because you know how to be happy, Virgo. I know it's been tough, but you do know how to be happy. Some of the people listening to this message right now, your healers, your seers, maybe you've got a YouTube channel, maybe you're a tarot card reader, or you're a preacher, pastor, healer, Reiki master, yoga teacher, whatever you think that you're doing, numerologist, whatever you're doing, Spirit is saying, Don't be afraid of your own power. Proceed with faith and gratitude, knowing that all your prayers are being answered, and your gift is a blessing to the world, and it's also a blessing to you. So don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. Now, let's throw a bit of some runes for my dear Virgos. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, Holy Guides. What does my Virgo need to know? I see that you're divinely protected. We've got the black tourmaline coming in here. This rune here is talking about divine guidance from spirit and stuff. And I also see that for some of you, you're needing to travel for this opportunity that I mentioned a little earlier on, but travel's been delayed. Well, it's not a bad thing. Of course, there are global circumstances, but it will happen. Spirit is asking you to listen to your intuition and protect yourself when it comes to anyone trying to destabilize you. Or perhaps it went on in the past. You need to cleanse yourself after that season you came from. And listen to your intuition. I also feel that someone may find some very shocking information on like social media. Maybe you're researching something and then you come across some information that actually helps you quite a bit. I see quite a bit of stability as well with your finances. A big emphasis on the color brown coming in for you. That stability. You might see a lot of brown butterflies, brown and orange and stuff like that. And I also feel you're very grounded, very much in your power. And I feel that someone has been given an idea in their dreams about how they can make wealth, how they can make money and stuff like that. And for some people, I feel that, there's a soulmate union coming in. Your wheel of fortune is rolling in with you meeting someone that you're equally matched with, who's going to change your life around. There might be someone who's got a child of their own or something, but you guys are equally matched and they've got very clear aura, very clear vision. You're both going to be a bit conflicted as you're coming in. This person has just made their wealth and someone else is just finished going through the conflict. So you're meeting at that point where you're both trying to get back on your feet. I feel that someone is falling in love with a Virgo, definitely. I've got my rose quartz here. Someone's falling in love with a Virgo, and I feel that someone's coming with an offer to Virgo. They could come in very quickly, I want to say like brash communication, just rushing like, Virgo, I've always wanted you. No one's going to take you, or whatever it's going to be. I don't know. I don't know how these people make on girls or guys these days, however it goes down. But someone's rushing in with their truth. Like, I need to tell you this truth that I've always really been down for you. My dear Virgo, I enjoyed doing your reading as usual. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my details are down there in the description box down below. And for those who are following me over on Patreon, thank you so much for your support. I'll be doing a whole lot more of my runes as well for the Patreon videos. I wish you love. I wish you light. Be sure to subscribe. Give my video a big thumbs up. Love and light. Until we meet again, my blessed Virgo.